Welcome back, everyone. As you can tell, I'm your host this week, Tony Reyes, and joining me, we have Nick Kerr. How you doing today, Nick?
Doing all right. Got plenty of talk about this Super Bowl coming up to this. Should be a good game. Ready for it.
I'm ready for it too. This is the Super Bowl show, if you guys haven't guessed. And also, we do not have Chris Billings.
No.
He's on the injured list. He just went down. I don't know he's going to be back for the post game show. You guys come back for that. I'm sure he'll share some wonderful thoughts on the Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl. But he's not here. So we'll go ahead and share our thoughts. What are some of your thoughts on this Super Bowl matchup here, Nick?
I mean, I think it's gonna be a great game,
Okay.
and it's really gonna come down to how much Patrick Mahomes was able to heal over the last 2 weeks.
Okay. That's the main concern for you, Patrick Mahomes' health.
Yes.
What about Jalen Hurts' health?
I mean, Jalen Hurts, I think he's came out fine after his late season injury over the first couple rounds of these playoffs. He's been putting up some pretty big numbers.
I That's the thing, man. That's where I'd have to push back on you. I wish I could tell because it's like they just haven't been tested. The
Yeah.
Eagles been like a cakewalk, and it's like I think I heard something where it's like the Eagles haven't faced like a deficit, or Jalen Hurts hasn't faced a deficit in the second half in like 2 months. And I
Yeah.
was like, what? That's like not even like a loss. It's just like at any point a lead change where like you have to come back. Nope, not like
Yeah.
2 months. So I'm
No.
like, man, he hasn't been tested. That Daniel Jones Giants playoff game was kind of like that was the worst game that weekend. That game was over in like a quarter. And then this Niners game where Brock Purdy went out. I mean,
Yeah. I
it
mean,
was like
they did their offense still put up some points on that Niners defense though.
no, you're right. They did. They did
They
for
just didn't have any competition on offense having no quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the worst case scenario. I mean, we couldn't
Yeah,
even
because the
have like
Eagles defense could just target in on McCaffrey because
yeah.
what else are they going to do? Because when Brock Purdy came back in, he couldn't throw the ball.
Yeah, and
So,
that's I guess we should go ahead and dive into that. That's like kind of one of the narratives that I've been buying into is like, man, this Eagles schedule has been garbage. And we had
mhm.
talked about it all season. I was reluctant to put him in the power rankings. Of course, we have my Cowboys
Yeah.
bias. But you and Chris, the same things. You were like, yeah, they're winning, but they're playing no one, and they just cruising that whole season, just cruising until Jalen Hurts injury, and that's like the most adversity they faced all season. So that's where I'm just like, man, I don't.
Yeah. They got the luck of the draw with the schedule, but that's gonna turn actually gonna turn around for them next year. I saw a graphic that said they're actually gonna have the hardest schedule next year.
Man, that is going to be the ultimate swing because like part of me feels like it's like almost like a hack where it's like how did
Mhm.
they get here, and you like look at that
Yeah.
schedule and you go through those quarterbacks on that schedule and you're like, what the hell?
It's
What?
yeah, it's really surprising too because we expected the NFC East to be one of the weaker divisions, but it actually turned out to be one of the stronger ones, sending 3 teams to the playoffs.
Heck yeah, and
So
it's the
and even
East.
with that, he still had a weakest schedule. So,
Yes, yeah, yeah, that's well said. That is well said. I mean, we go through it, and I was looking at those quarterbacks. It's like Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones is, Cooper Rush. And it's just like, my
mhm,
gosh, dude. What is it? Freaking Heineke. I'm just like,
yeah.
man, this is just. Aaron Rodgers got hurt in that game
Yeah.
with the Packer. I'm just like, what is this crap schedule? What the heck, Eagles? All right, well that's enough ranting on this Eagles nonsense. Let's go to the other side of the field. What's up with this Chiefs team? You're an AFC guy. Tell me what's up with the Chiefs, man.
I mean, before the Mahomes and the Kelsey injury early in the playoffs, they were running on all cylinders, and it seems like both are going to be pretty close to fully healthy because Patrick Mahomes was able to practice all week with no limitations, and Kelsey seems to be coming back from those back spasms. So I think with that, this could be a pretty high scoring game.
You know what? I just remembered Nick wasn't here for this Pro Bowl show, so we didn't
No.
get his thoughts on these conference championship games. He was at that referee convention, so I mean that's where he was at. He was like trying to help him out, trying to help him see. Whew, man, I cannot believe Roger Goodell was gaslighting us with that comment about the officiating.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been better. Whew, I don't know what games you're watching on Sunday, man. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this is by design. This is by design.
Maybe.
He wants to get this controversy going, but let's go ahead and get into some of your thoughts. Tell us what you think was going on in that AFC Championship game with the Chiefs and Bengals. Was it rigged, as Joe, in fact, alludes to?
No, I don't think it was.
Okay.
Because even that I guess I didn't see as many of the penalties as everybody's been talking about, but I know that last one, that roughing the passer or the late hit out of bounds, he was 2 steps out of bounds before he
He
was
was.
touched.
He was.
So, I mean, I've seen it both ways all year. I think it's in par with what happened all year. It was
Okay.
nothing out of the ordinary.
Just some home field advantage.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's to be expected in any game.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. That being said, so the Chiefs were rolling all season until this Kelsey injury, Mahomes injury.
Mhm.
Do you think any of that's lingering?
I think the 2 weeks off is definitely gonna help. Because I believe both were able to go full practice all week, so I don't think there's gonna be any limitations. And when you
Okay.
have those 2 on the field, that gives you a chance no matter what.
Man, the most underrated thing about this Chiefs team is this defense.
Mhm.
This defense has been so damn good. This Chris Jones guy just causing havoc in the pocket. Quarterbacks don't know what to do. Chiefs team, that defense definitely
Yeah.
understated part of that team. Uh, It's really going to see what they do. They played great against Joe Burrow, played great
Mhm.
against Trevor Lawrence. Man,
Hey, it's all gonna
that
come to these matchups up front because that Eagles defense has a very good line, and the Chiefs have, I think, one of the best, if not the best, pass blocking line in the league. So, both ways.
okay. That's fair.
See if we get some pressure on these quarterbacks.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Getting some good game talk here. Let's talk a little bit more into the headlines here. What would this mean for Andy Reid if he won this Super Bowl and then also if he lost this Super Bowl? Tell me your thoughts on that.
I mean, I think of course he wants to win it, but losing it to a team and a coach that's close to him, I don't think it'll hurt as bad, but of course he always wants to come out on top, especially with who he's going against. So I think it'll mean a little bit more if he does do it.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. And I mean, that would just like solidify his status as like the
Mhm.
coach and all this. But yeah, I kind of agree with you. I know that he's like already won one, so that
Yeah.
monkey's off his back, so nobody's asking those questions. But I know that there's part of him that's like, you know what, man, that did not end well in Philly. There's no, if I'm losing this, I don't want to lose to them.
Yeah.
That I feel like there's a little bit of that in this. Yeah. So let's get to this next question. Then, of course, part of me shat myself as I was reading it. If the Eagles were to win this, does that like do they have a dynasty going on here? Is that like 2 Super Bowls in 5 years? Or is it more likely if the Chiefs are to win, they have a dynasty going on or a possible dynasty?
I would say that if the Chiefs win, it would be a dynasty because yes, the Eagles would have 2 Super Bowls in 5, 6 year
Mhm.
span, but I believe there are only 7 players coming from that first Super Bowl
That is
that
true.
are on this same team,
Mhm.
including a brand new quarterback, a new coach.
Mhm.
So I think the Chiefs, more their 3 Super Bowl appearances in the last 4 years, would be
Okay.
more considered a dynasty than the Eagles at this point.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
But who knows what's to come the next few years in the NFC?
I got nothing for you, man. I wish I had something. I got nothing. This I know they're gonna have to pay Jalen Hurts.
Hmm.
So once they have to pay him, they're gonna lose all these guys.
Yeah, I think it's to you and Chris that I sent that one graphic, like their teams, like where they've got all the players
Yeah.
on their starting, and all those rookie contracts are going to come to pay. So
Yeah, man. Eagles are a
who knows if they'll
hometown
be
team.
able to afford them.
God damn Eagles. Why? Why? And 2 first-round picks again?
Hmm.
God damn you, Howie Roseman. What are we looking forward to in this game? What do you think's happening here?
I, I'm looking forward to seeing two high-powered offenses and putting up a lot of points.
Okay.
Hopefully hit some of my Super Bowl squares. Maybe win a couple of your bets.
I'd
Because
love to see.
you got a pretty interesting one going, right?
Yep, yep. That one is I like it. There's two. I was like shocked to see how like different the odds were. To
Hmm.
go for 2 points plus 120, to convert the 2 point conversion plus 245. So I was like, I feel like for sure these teams are so aggressive.
Yeah.
No one of these teams is gonna go for two. And the fact that like to get it was like such better odds. I was like, man, this has Jalen Hurts sneak written all over it,
Hmm.
or Mahomes sneak, or some gadgetry that the Chiefs will pull at the goal line. That's what I'm looking forward to. And I do
Yeah.
hope it is a high scoring game, like you said. Over under is 51. A pretty big number. So hopefully we get a good Super Bowl. We get a high scoring one. God, man. It's just like when I think about this, part of me remembers that Super Bowl with Tampa Bay and like Mahomes just like doing
Hmm.
nothing, just like
Yeah.
flying, throwing sideways.
I mean, if the NFL was scripted, that was perfectly scripted for Brady. I think that was his first year in the NFC, so he went through what? Breeze, Rodgers, and who was the third quarterback? And then
Uh,
played Mahomes in the Super Bowl. It couldn't have been scripted any better for him.
man, I don't even remember who was this third quarterback. It was like Breeze, Rogers. Did he beat the Rams? Was it like Goff or was it
I
man
don't know, but I thought it was a good quarterback. Who else?
in the
The NFC.
NFC? Man, I don't know. Breeze and Rogers, those are like usually your two guys.
Yeah.
Who else would be there that he would beat? No. I'm not too sure who he beat that year.
Yeah, but you're right. Mahomes could have put up something like that, but I think that loss to Brady, he knows what it feels like to win and to lose a Super Bowl and to play badly in a Super Bowl. So I think he has that on his side with Hurts this being his first opportunity to play in a Super Bowl.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because this is the same Jalen Hurts that did get taken out of a national championship game at halftime.
Is it the same Jalen Hurts though? He seems like
Eh,
a lot better. He seems like he got.
yeah.
I say
Ever
this.
since he left Alabama, went to Oklahoma.
I say this, and yeah, I haven't seen him throw like 10-yard pass in like 2 months. So yeah, it seems like he's better. It seems like he's better. The weapons are really good around him. The offensive line solid. Who do you think is more likely to get back to the Super Bowl here? Let's say the next 5 years, the Chiefs or the Eagles?
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Because like you said, we don't know what this Eagles team really is because of their schedule. If they go through and do the same thing next year, then I could have a different answer.
Okay, that's fair. Mahomes, Chiefs, they're pretty much the standard in the
Yeah.
league. So I mean, gosh. Okay, let's get into it here. Well, let's talk about it here. Let's before we get into it here. What are your feelings on Super Bowl parties?
I like Super Bowl parties. It's a lot of fans getting together. I mean, most of the time it's not for your own team. So it gives you a reason to cheer.
True?
I like going because I've always been a fan of Super Bowl squares. I did my first one 17 years ago. I hit for the first three quarters.
Dang.
Have not won
Okay.
a single box since.
That's fun. That is always something to root for. That is true. Always getting together with people.
Yeah. I mean, and even it brings in non-football fans because people go there not even to watch the game, just to watch the commercials.
That's true. That's true. Do you looking forward to that? Is that an overplayed aspect in these days? What do you
I
think?
mean, they promote them so much that I'm sure a couple of them, you look on the internet, they're probably already out.
Yeah.
And if you miss them during the Super Bowl, they paid all that money for those ads. They're going to be playing for the next 2 months.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
It's basically like a premiere of the commercials
A little, yeah, that's true.
that they pay $7 million for a 30-second spot.
Parties are fun. Hosting a party, that's got to be the worst. That's
Yeah.
got to be the worst. You're an idiot. You're straight up an idiot if you decide to do this. If you decide to host a Super Bowl party, so you're not watching the game, you're having to prepare, you're having to clean up. Terrible. Don't invite me, please.
Yeah.
Invite me.
Yeah.
These people that aren't hosting, invite me. But hosting, that's a terrible idea. One of the worst decisions is to host a Super Bowl party. That's the distinction that we need to make. Going to Super Bowl parties, super fun. Hosting, terrible. Terrible decision.
I agree there.
All right. That's enough ranting and raving. Nick actually predicted this here, huh? Eagles and Chiefs. The spread opened up 2.5 for the Chiefs for like an hour, I think, or maybe like 30 minutes, and then it just got hammered, and then became Eagles favor 2.5. Eagles 1.5 is where it settled. Chris Billings, who's not here, has just shared with us. The text says Nick, and then it says really ? So I'm just gonna assume that's a pick on the Eagles, not giving the Chiefs credit, because he doesn't want to see Mahomes get a Super Bowl, and the Chiefs are the rival in the division, right? That's a safe assumption. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I would think so. But Chris also was saying all year long that he believed that the Chiefs would end up winning the Super Bowl. So we think he's going Eagles.
You know what? This son of a bitch did this on purpose, so he can go ahead and be like, "Oh no, you guys got it wrong."
He never
meant this.
Yeah,
he
you're
set
right.
us up for failure. He set us up. This is genius, actually. Kudos, Chris. Kudos.
Yes.
This is a brilliant move to get the Super Bowl pick right. You were terrible in the spreads all season, so you're making up for it right now. You've outsmarted us. Giving you the Eagles. He's picking the Eagles, 1.5 points. They're the favorites. Let's go ahead and move to you. What is your pick, Nick?
Oh, I mean, I've been going back and forth on this decision all day, all week. I'm basically like the point spread's been going. But I believe with the experience that he has in this game and him being probably the best quarterback, if not player, in the NFL right now, I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes and a healthy Travis Kelce with 1.5 points.
Okay.
I'm going Chiefs.
Okay, he's going Chiefs. That means one of you guys is going on a lonely island for the Super Bowl. Yep, it's going to be you, Billings. I cannot pick the Eagles. And come on, man. I have to pick the Chiefs. I was thinking about it, and I was like, what is more likely? Like Patrick Mahomes loses 2 Super Bowls, or he has 2 Super Bowl wins? And I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be 2 Super Bowl wins. And I was like, there's going to be a moment in that game where if you bet on the Eagles or you pick the Eagles, you're going to be watching Patrick Mahomes in the 3rd or 4th quarter, and you're going to be going, this is the worst feeling in the world. Why the hell did I pick against this guy? This dude is scary. He's doing stupid shit out there, avoiding sacks, side-arming it. He is the system. We talked about system QBs on the show. Patrick Mahomes is the system. And I can't pick against that. I don't want that feeling in the Super Bowl.
No.
I'll just be begging for commercials at that point. And no, I don't want that. So yes, give me the Chiefs. Give me that 1.5. Give me the Chiefs on the money line. Chiefs winning this Super Bowl. Good for them. Can't believe they're going to win this if they got rid of Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Two MVPs, 2 Super Bowl wins. 27 years old, Patrick Mahomes. What the hell? Speaking
of MVPs, did you know that there hasn't been an MVP to win the Super Bowl this millennium?
That's right. Since 2000, man. Oh, it's
since
8.
The last quarterback to win NFL MVP and the Super Bowl in the same season was also the first one to start this streak, Kurt Warner.
That's right. The ultimate system quarterback. We'll get into that show. We'll get into that at a later show, I promise you guys. But yes, I don't know. I know about all that too. And then there's that whole they have so many of these stats, like the last 5 teams that wore white in the Super Bowl haven't won the Super Bowl. I'm just like, what the hell does all this matter? I can't pick against Mahomes.
No.
It's just like I'm trying to rationalize. I'm just like, dude, that's a miserable feeling. I don't want that feeling for 3 hours where I'm just like, fuck, look at that throw. Look at that play. Oh shit. Why did I do this? Is stupid. I outsmarted myself. Like, obvious. I don't know. What else you got? Any other thoughts on that Super Bowl?
No, I think it's been talked about enough, like you said. I got no more facts. Hoping just for a good game, and hopefully I hit on one of these squares.
Yep, that would be nice. I would love to hit on one of those squares as well. You guys know by now I haven't been invited to a Super Bowl party. So are you going to a Super Bowl party, Nick?
I am, yeah. We're going over a friend's house. They're getting a projector, playing it on there.
Nice, nice. Going all out.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Gonna be
yourselves, everyone. I want you guys to know this is an important message. Place your bets first and then start drinking. Okay? That's just some advice. That's just some helpful advice from someone who's been there. Drunk bets are not as fun as drunk shopping purchases where you just wake up and all of a sudden there's like an Amazon package at your door and you're like, holy shit, this is dope. I can't believe I bought this all drunk. No, a drunk bet is like, why the hell did I try and get a 27 leg parlay like for $12 to make 40 grand? Like that's a drunk bet. Like that's what happens.
Yeah.
So, yes. Bet responsibly this weekend, everyone. Bet responsibly. Got anything to plug before we get on out of here, Nick?
No, just we need more subscribers. Maybe
That's
next year we'll have a Sports Buds Super Bowl square.
I love it. I love it. That's right, everyone. Like, comment, follow, subscribe. We'll be back for the Super Bowl post-game show. We'll have Chris Billings back, probably at another Super Bowl party, and just rub that in my face. And then we'll go ahead and then we'll probably move forward in about a month, a couple of weeks, and we'll talk basketball, and we'll get our basketball show going on. And we'll go ahead and get it in the basketball mode. But we do want to thank everyone for listening, viewing, watching us, staying with us all season. You made it. We made it. We've got Super Bowl 57. Super Bowl 57. Chiefs, Eagles. You guys have yourselves a wonderful Super Bowl. And we're out.
Thanks for watching the Sports Buds. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe.